47 million food stamp recipients are having their benefits cut on November 1st. 47.6 million Americans are about to have their food stamp benefits cut, and most of them have absolutely no idea that it is about to happen. And this is basically a recession-era boost in benefits that took place back in spring. It's now set to end. There's going to be a $36 per family cut in food stamp benefits. And considering that the current average monthly food stamp income is just $272 per household, that's a huge amount for those living on the poverty line. So are we going to see shelves stripped bare in areas like we did in the aftermath of the EBT card crash? Does appear to be a very possible outcome. And again, it all goes back to dependency on government. When the rug is pulled out from underneath people's feet, there's no real safety net, and this is what they have to resort to. So the question is, those people who are suffering most from this, those on the poverty line, set to get their benefits cut once again, are we going to see riots? Are we going to see unrest like we did on a smaller scale last weekend with the EBT card system failure? National News reports mysterious phone calls from 865-6696 may install NSA surveillance code on your iPhone. All across America, people who have Sprint service on their iPhones and other mobile devices are receiving repeated calls from the number 865-6696 without any area code. Sprint message boards are full of thousands of complaints of people experiencing this issue, but no one seems to understand the true reason why these calls are being made. So Mike Adams talked to a cybersecurity expert who told him that this was actually an NSA Trojan horse, which works by downloading a data packet onto your phone in seconds when you answer the call. According to the expert, this is being targeted at people with older iPhone 4s because the snooping technology already installed on their devices is in need of an upgrade. Adams writes, when I asked my contact why this would be happening, he answered that in his belief, the program was a test rollout on the Sprint network only, and that testing was being done to establish human behavior patterns, as well as answer rates, hold times, and payload install time requirements. This information could then be used to determine whether a more expanded rollout across other phone networks would make sense. So the takeaway here is, whatever the true purpose behind this, if you get a call from 865-6696, don't answer it. It could be the NSA downloading a Trojan packet onto your phone. Finally tonight, petition launched demanding White House open source disastrous healthcare.gov code. A petition has been launched on the White House website demanding that the Obama administration release the defective code for healthcare.gov website to the open source community, a move that would make public the errors that have led to such a disastrous rollout. The petition submitted via the We the People website states, release to the open source community the source code to healthcare.gov, specifically all code written by CGI Federal. So $634 million was spent on developing this train wreck. And as Ted Cruz joked today, you know, it looks more like it was put together by Nigerian email scammers than technology experts, which is why the government has now desperately reached out to the private sector in an attempt to fix it. Too little, too late, once again. So we've asked the question before, as have other experts, was this designed to fail all along in order to avoid the shock of millions of Americans suddenly finding out that their costs under Obamacare were soaring, average 99% for men, 62% for women? Did they want them to boil in the pot like the frog of gradualism rather than get that instant shock? That's what a lot of experts are saying were behind this. Of course, it's well documented that the White House knew that there would be problems. The site wasn't ready before it was launched. And this petition seeks to find out more. Of course, it needs 100,000 signatures before November 19th in order to reach the threshold which mandates a White House response.
Why is nascent iodine so important? Nascent iodine is so important because it goes directly to the thyroid. It's not bonded to a salt, which means it doesn't have to be broken down, and it's the most usable form. It's what the body uses. It's what the body is designed to use. If you have low energy levels, if you have pains, if you have thyroid problems, if you don't feel up to par, well, they've proven now that the fluoride and a lack of iodine causes a decreased IQ because you have all this stuff that builds up inside your system and builds up and builds up. And that's why some people, when they start taking iodine, will have what's called a Herxheimer reaction or a detoxification reaction. But that's a good sign. That means you're detoxifying all that fluoride buildup, the mercury buildup in there, the bromine buildup in your system, and the chlorine buildup in your system. You don't want those things. All of those things have been proven as carcinogens. That's one of the reasons prostate cancer is on the rise too, is because prostate takes up iodine, and the men that are lacking iodine causes the prostate to become cystic and causes the prostate to swell and eventually leads to prostate cancer. There's been an extreme rise in polycystic ovarian disease, PCOS, with women, fibrocystic breast disease, because iodine is stored in the breast tissue, the ovaries, the prostate glands in men. It's utilized by every single cell in the body.
Why does this almost taste good compared to other iodine that tastes horrible? That's because it's real iodine atomic form.
We wanted something that's going to go straight into the bloodstream and straight into the thyroid gland. We wanted to put it in a vegetable glycerin base. That's a USP kosher certified vegetable glycerin base. And that product is not tested on animals. It's vegan friendly. It's gluten free. It's GMO free.
Of all the things I've done, Nascent iodine was just absolutely amazing. So we developed with Dr. Group a double strength, low price. InfoWarsLife.com, Survival Shield, the Atomic Nascent iodine, available right now.